This is a demonstration of how to use the new array-based joint structures for models in the Alice 3 gallery. These joints are primarily for creatures with tails, but would also include the necks of some birds, the trunk of the elephant, and so on. These array-based joints were added to models to make it easier to create more realistic and interesting animations. It is also hoped that these will provide instructors a point of entry for discussing arrays in their courses. To explore these array-based joint structures, start Alice 3. In the Select Project dialog box, you will see a tab, Starters, which is new to Alice 3.2. This tab displays a collection of story starter scenes for Alice projects. I will use the Africa template for this demonstration. Click the Set Up Scene button to go to the scene editor. We will first add an African elephant to our scene from the Quadruped Classes gallery. Select Quadruped, find the Elephant gallery, and drag the African elephant into our scene. When we look at the Joints menu, we do not see anything to indicate that the tail or the trunk are arrays. So we will return to the code editor by clicking on the Edit Code button. Select Elephant in the Objects menu and click on the Functions tab in the Methods panel. Here we see the only indication that the tail and trunk are arrays with the getTrunkArray and the getTailArray functions. Notice that there is also the getTrunk and getTail functions which provide access to the whole trunk or tail. To see the difference between these functions, let us first use the getTrunk function to turn the trunk backwards 1/8 of a rotation. By selecting the Procedures tab, find the turn statement for the elephant, choose backward and 1.25 or 1/8. Return to the Functions tab, select the getTrunk function and replace elephant with that function call, and then click on Run. Notice that when the trunk rotates, the whole trunk rotates, but it pivots at the trunk joint closest to the head of the elephant. If we try and replace the getTrunk function call with the getTrunkArray function call, we cannot. This is because the turn statement works only with an object or a joint, not an array of joints. We are only able to use the getTrunkArray function with a structure or statement designed to work with arrays. Examples of these include the ForEachIn control or the EachInTogether control structures of Alice. As part of the demonstration, add another statement to bring the elephant's trunk back to its starting position. Now drag the EachInTogether control into the editor. In the dialog box, specify the item type as being S-joint, as the trunk is an array of S-joints. Provide an appropriate name for the control variable of this structure. Finally, specify a custom array, which I will leave blank as it will only be a placeholder. Now, drag the function getTrunkArray to replace the new S-joint placeholder. From the Object menu, select the control variable of this structure. Click on the Procedures tab in the Methods panel. Drag the turn statement into each in-together control structure, specifying backwards 1/8, 0.125 of a turn. Run the program and see the difference between the simple turn of the trunk and the turning of the trunk array. To test your understanding, use the for each in structure to turn the array back to its starting position. Note the difference between the each in together control and the for each in structures in the way they animate the trunk. We hope this video has been helpful and encourage you to create animations using these joint arrays in your future projects.